Hello everybody, it is Andy Smith, your 33-year veteran of the comic book industry with this week's book look, where I grab a book off my shelf and go through it page by page just for you. If there's a link in the description below, you can still get the book. This one is called Character Mentor by Tom Bancroft, forward by Adam Hughes. Ooh, let's just back that camera up a little bit more. There we go. So that's cool. Forward by Adam Hughes. Tom did a book on character design, and this is Character Mentor. You've got contributing artists of Terry Dotson, Marcus Hamilton, for those that don't know, Dennis the Menace artist for the past, or is he finally retired? He might have finally retired, but he did Dennis the Menace since, I think, the early 90s. Sean Galloway, Bobby Rubio, Steven Silver, and more. So let's dive into this bad boy, shall we? This book, so everybody knows, came out in the year of 2012, 12 years ago. Wow. Okay. 161 pages. Nice. So the introduction is Tom did his introduction. In the foreword, like I said, Adam Hughes. A mentor, as we all know, is somebody that will kind of help you and guide you in the beginning of your art career or any career. You could be a plumber and have a mentor, whatever. Mine was Bart Sears, as everybody well knows, and still really good friends to this day. Met him when I was at the Kubert School, and he took a liking to my work, and there you go. Chapter 1, now what? Drawing basics for posing and expressions. Twinning, if your character's arms, legs, or even a grin of its mouth is identical in position with its partner, we call this twinning. Not that I have anything against twins, because he actually is a twin. But twinning in your character's poses does not create a strong pose. We also call that just symmetrical. I mean, that's just symmetrical. You want to be asymmetrical. That's boring. That is not. Nice curve. So, even here. So, summing it up quick, using perspective to create depth. Of course, flat, depth, you know, things like that. This is just a nice turnaround of a character's head. Clothing depth killers. Not really. The nice thing about clothing is you can use it. And when I draw, if you ever see me, when I do legs and stuff, I always do like a contour line like this when I'm sketching. And I actually got that from Joe Kubert. Joe would do that, and it just helps you automatically set up how cuffs and things like that will fit. Wrap around the form. Using the core, that's normal. Nice little convex there, nice line, nice motion. We also call that the line of action. You'll notice that in How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Even like this would be the boring way, Marvel way. Not the Marvel way, but in that book they showed the boring, and then of course that is the more dramatic. So once again, symmetrical, not symmetrical. Now he's really lunging forward, coming at us. Same thing, more of a nice pose with the rhythm. Even in here, panel layout, that's dull, which is fine if you're going for a serene, calm type of feel. That's fine. Once you start doing angles and stuff like that, it gets more dynamic. So, step by step, creating a pose from start to finish color. Well, there you go. That's kind of cool. And you see it, and this is the flats and stuff. And then when you turn the page, you see some rendering and stuff he did. Clarity and silhouette is a big deal. I always tell people, you want to make sure you have a clean silhouette. This is not a clean silhouette. That could be the back of them. This is a clean silhouette. not a clean silhouette. Not that it's bad. You can draw stuff like that in comics, but this is more readable and even more dynamic as the silhouette. So assignment number 1. This is by Pasqualina Vitola. So gives it a little assignment, and then one of the artists that he brings on does their work to it. And then there's some mentor notes. Example 2. And then mentor notes by Tom, going over Ole Christian Loken. And I'm guessing that he gave these, I don't know, maybe in the back it says who these artists are. Bobby Rubio, he's a great storyboard artist. He put out this, he's a great follow on Instagram. He put out this one comic I bought from him in San Diego. Oh, in fact, it's right here. Alcatraz High and Four Gun Conclusion. Man, I wish he did more of those, but he's just so busy doing animation stuff. But they're great comics. The Face, the ever, oh, so important, The Face. Going in, breaking stuff down. The eyes have it. Great expression. Remember, Tom's background is Disney, so you'll get a lot of that feel from his characters here. Zombie eyes. The blank stare. Be careful of wall-eyed, where the eyes are looking in 2 different directions. You want to make sure they're in the same, of course. Oop, I missed the page. Eyebrows. This is cool. Thinking of like a mask. Nice, simple for expressions. And then adding in the mouth there. Even getting the neck into the action. God, these are great. Early photo of Freddie Moore and his family. Here he models pliability in the face perfectly. Oh, yeah. It's great. Assignment 2, example by Francisco Guerrero. And then these are the notes by Tom. So this is what Francisco did. Then Tom juiced it up with some notes here. And it's good to see stuff like this, because you can see this and might go, well, those look great to me. What's the problem? And then down here, you can read and get the notes and go, oh, okay, and keep that in mind when you're doing your own stuff. Lauren Draghetti. Sean Cheeks Galloway. Sean is a fantastic artist, does a lot of great stuff. Another great follow on Instagram. Comic book artist, a character designer. Yes, he is. More of a character designer than comics. Posing your character. Here we go. Some nice silhouettes. Storytelling, of course. Dynamics, display, alluring, and these are all through silhouettes. You're getting each of that. This is nice. Which pose shows her awkward personality more? I mean, that doesn't look awkward at all. That's kind of awkward. let's see. Nice poses here, body language, that's great. It's almost like Wolverine. What? That reminds me of Flintstones for some reason. Weight and balance in your characters. Compression in the hands, good. See a lot of this with hands, and that's just stiff. Hands, you know, even grabbing something have more going on, especially with the length of the fingers being different and stuff. This is great, you know, loving superheroes, being a superhero guy and liking to draw big guys and stuff like that. I love this. It gives you a nice idea of how Tom breaks down a figure for like a hero. The proportions, I think that's super cool. It's a little side note there. The mechanics of movement. Yeah, you definitely just showing the different, like you know, once again, somebody might look at that and be like, what's wrong with that? But then you look at the difference and go, oh yeah, definitely moving faster with how the clothes are billowing and stuff. As you can tell, there's a lot of nice art in this book to just soak in and try and study and see why it works and analyze it. Oops, skipped a page. What do we got here? Assignment number 3, Elaine Pasqua. And then once again, you can see the notes that Tom put in. Jacqueline Mysick. Celebrity artist Steven Silver. Steven Silver always has a great presence in San Diego, which I bring up because that's in a couple days. His art is fantastic, and basically what they're doing, if you haven't noticed, I should have said this, they're taking the same written scene and drawing it their way, so you can go back and compare the scenes and such. Steven's a great character designer. I should do a book look on his book. Steven put out a book on character design. Acting. Getting your characters into some acting. Definitely important when it comes to storyboards, but also in comic books. Oh, I heard a noise and I was like, what is that? It was my chair. So different reactions. Get the character acting. You might look at this and go, bah, I want to draw realistic comics and whatever, not this real cartoony stuff. This all applies. Purpose-driven acting. Nice. These are storyboards. Very nicely done. Eye direction and proximity. Here you have obviously no pupils, and then this kid's not looking at dad and he's kind of looking at the kid. Now he's really looking at the kid and the kid's really looking at him. Nice eye contact there. This is really nice, guys. You want to make sure when you're drawing close-ups of people or even medium shots in comics and whatnot to show the eye direction. And by the way, I love this. I wish Tom had the time and the want to do a whole comic with these two characters. I think it'd be really cool. I love the way Tom draws his cartoony looking superheroes and stuff. Using photo reference. I'm glad he touched on that. You know, you can see this photo here, which is fine, but then he puts a little more life in it here. You can see the difference in the legs and the tilt of the shoulders and hips, and she's leaning in more. And her leg and stuff just has more life to it, but there's nothing wrong with starting off with a photo. So he goes into it here some more as well. And you can see how he translated them all. It just works very nice. Mentor notes for Ellie, photo reference poses. Cool. Characters listening to each other. Oop, missed the page. Assignment 4. Alexandria Monique. So apparently doing, having this guy do something involving a chair, eating cereal, and he spills it. And you can just see Tom's notes over here. Once again, it's good to go back and forth and see the differences. Brad Ulonsky. Terry Dotson. This is cool. This is his take on the assignment. Terry, of course, great artist. Just create her own stuff. Marvel, DC, you name it. He can pretty much write his own ticket for whatever he wants to do. Just great stuff. Staging your scene, using elements of your scene to create a composition. Very important. So he goes into the elements in a composition, balance, and things like that to give the scene more depth and such. Just using basic shapes, lost in the woods, intimidation, down the hill, land ho, long journey. And there's no people on any of those, but you can see what he's going for. The rule of thirds, you know, there's the whole golden ratio, golden mean, whatever it's called, painters would use and fine illustrators. You know, guys, comics, you don't have to go that hardcore. Rule of thirds works fine. And once again, symmetry has its purpose. So don't think you can never do a shot like that. It definitely has its purpose, but asymmetry is better. Yeah, pretty symmetrical, much better. Breaking things down in a rule of thirds, even with just a figure like that. This is cool. You know, if you're drawing something and you of a village or whatever, and you can sketch out the whole scene with the buildings and such, it really will help when you want to zoom into specific areas of it and such. Here he goes in different types of shots: medium, wide shot, close-up shot, extreme wide shot, extreme close-up. Point of view. Character driven, you're like right there sitting in that seat. More story driven, you're kind of above the action. A little bit of both with this one here, and he explains it. Assignment 5, Andrew Chandler, Megan and Adam, whoever they are. Story driven, character driven. So this is what he did with the assignment. And then, oh, that's weird. I thought there'd be, you turn the page, you'd see Tom's notes. Oh, these are Tom's right here. So you can see what he did, what Tom did. I'm just so used to seeing it in red. Different color. Okay. Brian Ahar, illustrator, character designer. Nice looking stuff. He was one of the few artists in this book I wasn't that familiar with. Leading the eye, prioritizing by design. Very important stuff here. Even in something like this, you want to lead the eye to where you want the reader to look. And you can see here the slope of the tree, the cloud coming down to this rock structure pulls you in, the branches just, or leaves, stuff like that. So think about the surrounding elements you can use to lead the eye around your drawing. To the focal point. Shape-based composition, larger shapes to help direct the eye. And he breaks down this one scene very nicely. Determining priorities. A man unconscious on his bedroom floor with a bottle of poison next to him. You know, so you want to prioritize, so you see the different ways that he could sketch this and lay it out. So that's cool. And sometimes you might want to start with something like this so you can set up where everything is, and then think about moving your camera to these different angles. Very nice. Composition for a client. These are cool, talking about different compositions for a pitch to a client and the best way to show stuff. Assignment 6. Let's see who did this. No, not really. Emma's room. This could be. Yeah, this is the assignment that all the guest artists, Terry Dotson, Bobby Rubio, so on, Sean Galloway, Steven Silver, were doing. Marcus Hamilton, like I said, drew Dennis the Menace. Let's just see. 1993, his career in life took an abrupt turn when he responded to a TV interview in which Hank Ketchum, creator of Dennis the Menace, suggested he would like to retire someday. Over a 3-year period, Mr. Ketchum trained Marcus to take over drawing the daily Monday through Saturday cartoon panel, which is syndicated worldwide. So there you go. I'm pretty sure this book came out in 2012. I'm pretty sure that he has retired from that by now. And here's is that Marcus's take on it? I guess it would be. It's cool because seeing that, because it doesn't, I'm so used to seeing Marcus's Dennis the Menace stuff where he has to do that style. Chapter 7, creating a character-driven illustration from start to finish, putting it in action, research. So this is like a reference board where if you have to create a character, you could do this with Pinterest on your computer, in Photoshop, gather different photos of elements of different things for the character you're creating and print them out. It's like an inspiration board. And then dive in and start creating. And then, of course, the thumbnail layout, because this isn't just the character design. He's doing more than just that. Inking, coloring. He doesn't go too in-depth into coloring, but, it's cool. Going in, rendering and such. You get to see the stages. That's nice. And then, of course, the nice big final piece. Very cool. And Jeremiah Alcorn does his job on that assignment. Very cool. and in the index. So, I mean, that is it. Character Mentor. More blank pages than usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of weird. But that was your book look, Character Mentor by Tom Bancroft. If you like it, go check it out. I'll post the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, everybody. And there you have it. Once again, Character Mentor by Tom Bancroft. Forward by Adam Hughes. Fantastic book. Highly recommend it. Hey everybody, thank you for watching this week's book look. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and share. Next week's book look, I just got this, is fantastic illustrated, the comic art techniques of Paul Davidson. Very cool book. Not super thick. Got it from Bud Plant. I'm on their mailing list when they put new stuff out. So this is next week's book look. And of course, guys, go check out my project with my buddy Dennis Turner, KOR-DRATH, The Awakening, right there. Yep, go check that out. 64 pages, high fantasy, adventure, and action. It's like taking Conan and dumping them in this Game of Thrones type of world. KOR-DRATH is a very awesome barbarian. His girlfriend is the ever so lovely Adriana, Sorceress Supreme. And they're continuing their adventure of trying to collect these artifacts before they fall into the hands of Vordoom the Undying, and they need to save their realm, the Shattered Reach. And also, still funding is KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle. It is a children's book. I mean, just look at that cover. It is for early readers, 5, 6 years old. They could read it. If your child is learning to read, you could sit down and read it to them. It's a legit children's book. We're also doing a black and white version, and we're adding pages to it of crosswords, word search, connect the dots. So it's a coloring and activity book. And for the adults, we are doing an adult version of the book. It's the same exact story, KOR-DRATH. Forgot to get Adriana a Christmas present. It's Christmas Eve, so he has to go out on this quest to find her the perfect gift. Will he make it back in time? Same story, but in the adult version, I'm redrawing some of the pages. So you get that KOR-DRATH violence that you've come to love from books like KOR-DRATH, The Reckoning, and now KOR-DRATH, The Awakening. Thank you guys so much for watching. I couldn't do these videos without you and your support. Please go back the campaign. It's because of your support backing those campaigns that allow me to publish these books for you guys. So until next time, bye-bye, everybody.